Hi, here's a quick example of what I consider the concept of public space to be, what it consists of and why it's required. Imagine the client is a tech giant, a huge European technological company. They want to open a new co-working space by the sea in the southern region as an option for temporary remote work for its employees. This is a great opportunity to work a few months a year surrounded by the maritime climate and colleagues from other regions. First and foremost, it encourages valuable employees, and second, it is a PR campaign to attract talents from competing tech companies. With this in mind, I have set myself the following objectives. To find an idea that will illustrate the very decision to open such an office in the southern region. This idea should be rich in images on which I can build the concept of space and bring some fun elements to the office. This idea should be convenient for writing press releases, shooting photos, videos and just stories about it, because that's how we are going to communicate this event to valuable employees in other companies that we naturally want to recruit. My approach is to develop the idea of discovering the uncharted lands, because this southern region is a new territory for this company. The great geographical discoveries contributed to the transition from the Middle Ages to the new time. Today our area is being shaped by technology pioneers. We discover new technologies, master them and understand how they can improve people's lives. Therefore, the topic will be called the expedition. We are embarking on a journey into unknown territory on a technology map. Why did I choose this topic? Because an expedition is an interesting job far from home in unusual conditions. There is always an abundance of research and breakthrough discoveries, and of course adventures that temper your spirit. But at the same time, we provide a comfortable work environment and give people all the tools they need to be productive. At the entrance, new arrivals receive a welcome pack. It is a small backpack with branded flashlight, compass, first aid kit, a hiking mag and a custom pin with the employee's name. With this pin, you mark the city you are from on a world map on a wall. The map gradually turns into interesting interactive infographic that shows where people come from most frequently. The office space itself is a huge map on which we can see the paths traveled during the expedition. We marked the key points of the route with giant pins with flags indicating the names of technologies that we have mastered. The theme of the expedition is rich in images that we brightly use in the interior. For example, our sailor can work with a laptop in a beanbag chair in a soft draft, or choose a suitable cabin for communication with the mainland or a meeting with scientists. And this is an option for introverted travelers. They can retire to a single bathyscaphe. And check this out, the elementary floor pattern can gamify the entire space. Or we can gather the entire expedition team for a common formation in a large open space. To do this, just ring the ship's bell. And here's a story about the close-hold vessel. This is a tag in which a yacht heels very strongly, and we use an accurate cross-sectional silhouette of the yacht so that our travelers can experience the conditions in which sailors can stay for many hours. Just add a couple of back chairs here and you get an alternative workplace with a magnetic marker surface of the figure itself. And if we are talking about the calm when the mainsail is down, we also have a nice place to work. At the end of the working day, our sailor can rest in the net with a catch. If he guesses that those fishes are actually pillows with the fish prints, I think it will be a very Instagrammable location. So here's a brief example how an idea can be used in space. Now the question is, what does that approach gives us? Number one, much better involvement and way deeper emotional affection of all the employees and partners of the company and office guests. 2. This is a convenient informational occasion for covering it in specialized publications, because our goal is to reach out to talented employees in competing companies that we want to attract, hire and retain. Therefore, it's very important to make it easy for photographers and journalists to get cool materials, cool photos, videos and just stories about this place. It will be very easy to talk about this office, because there is a story behind it, there is a concept behind it. Number 3 is a practical component. Having obtained such a concept, the customer can go with it to any design studio and order the development of the design project. This way we can save the idea and make life more easier for interior designers and architects, because this concept contains not only the idea but also the color scheme, the flooring design solutions, gradients on the wall, color numbers, ceiling solutions, example of decorating thematic areas, example of alternative workplaces, design ideas for each functional area, naming for navigation. This approach, combined with a test fit where we evaluate the functionality of the site on a preliminary plan, is a great start for any kind of commercial project. This is not a design project by itself, but it is what precedes it. These are essentially the ideas that the customer should have, with which he should come to the designers. I myself am an interior designer with 14 years of experience, but I feel that my strength lies more in the area of interest of a client. I help them to convey the brand values through the interior space. I believe that the architectural space should first of all solve problems. But it doesn't have to be boring! Instead of spending a lot of money on the interiors that means nothing, you should look at the values that company carries inside of their products, the brand philosophy, and use the space as a translator.